what would you tell your children about the American dream?
I struggle with the notion of the American dream. I feel that that is it's very limiting. And I know that sounds it is kind of limiting, right? Because the American dream was what, a house,
50s
two-point-three
and
kids,
60s.
white
Right.
picket fence, good job, good. It was all about being successful and being safe and having what you needed. And that's good. But it doesn't all have to look like that. Your dream could be, you know, to never get married, to never have kids, to travel the world and see new places, meet new people. Your American dream might be that you want to combat some issue that's going to be extremely difficult and dangerous and costly and, you know, stressful and pain inducing, So I think you make your own dream, when people ask you, what you're going to major in, or, are you going to college, or what are your plans for the future? I think that makes, especially young people, coming out of college or coming out of high school, or it makes them panic because they think they have to have it all figured out. I think I would tell them, and if I could go back and talk to 15, 16-year-old me who was so scared about the future and uncertain and had no plan, that it's okay if your path doesn't look like everyone else's. I think it's very strange that we have this idea of conformity and yet we're supposed to be unique, whatever it is, be yourself as long as it's like us.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Just blaze your own path. And even if it's off-roading, the thing is you're blazing that path and someone's going to follow behind you. Be very grateful that you've done that. So, I feel like if you want to take a break and not go to college, don't go to college. If you don't want to go to college at all, don't go to college.
Yeah.
If you want to flip hamburgers for a living so that you can stay at home and, draw or paint or play video games or rescue a million baby pigs, whatever it is that makes you happy, that's the American dream. As long as it's something that makes you feel happy and fulfilled and satisfied. And it does not matter how long it takes you to get there. And you're going to fail. And not to quote Spider-Man movie, but it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up. And that's, I think, because, this idea of the American dream, like you said, it's very limiting. It's not inclusive and it's not diverse and not everyone can have it. You can't have a white picket fence when you're living in a walk-up in New York. You're not going to have the white picket fence.
Right.
And, I think kind of going back to that what I was saying about the commercials with the blonde, blue-eyed woman and the dress and the apron and the gloves on cleaning the house. Nobody does that. Stop. The media portrays this idea of how we're supposed to look and act and how people are supposed to see us. And one of the things I really focus on when I teach my English 102, I talk about danger of rhetoric in media. And that's one of the things I talk about. It's like they're always trying to make us conform to something. And we get caught in that fear of we're not going to make enough money to have the new iPhone or whatever. And that's not what makes you happy.